Hi everyone, Gianni Di Poce here with you for TheoTrade, and today is Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. We're seeing stocks catch a nice bid here today with the Nasdaq leading higher. The morning started off with an ice cold inflation report. The headline actually took me aback for a moment there because we actually had a negative inflation reading for the first time in years. It was pretty remarkable to see, but this sent stocks soaring after the report because it does buy some more time for the Fed. Not as much pressure now from the market to raise rates. We'll see when the next rate hike comes. But the Nasdaq is leading the way here again today, which is a very good sign. You want to see the Nasdaq leading. You want to see semiconductors outperforming, and that's exactly what's going on. The S&P continuous contract here did end last week at its highest weekly level in history, which does put it into a breakout category. Yesterday was a bit of a washout, but we're right back recuperating those losses from Monday. The Dow is still spinning its wheels, and we could even be talking about a major reset in the Dow as soon as next week, which could provide the pathway for higher prices. Russell 2000 holding its gains here. It is off the highs of the day, but it has erased the losses from Monday. So at the index level, things are looking good. Now we just need to see a positive close on the day, a close near the highs. And if you do see the NASDAQ get above 30,000, I don't think much is going to stop it from reaching as high as 30,600 and some change. There is supposed to be a presidential address from President Trump on Thursday. And so, some people might think it's going to be about geopolitics, but maybe it's something investing related, economically related. You never know. So be on the lookout for stuff like that. Elsewhere, earnings season has kicked off. Financials have exploded to new all-time highs. Today in my live session in the trade desk, we actually spent time going through every single stock in the Dow, all 30 stocks of the Dow. And one thing that really stood out was the strength that we're seeing in financials. So, here you have American Express, not far from its all-time high. You take a look at Visa. Visa has a great setup. You have earnings on that one coming up here. When is that? That's at the end of July. Built a beautiful base, a year and a half long in length. This looks poised to rally as high as 450, but the big banks that reported today, JP Morgan hitting a new all-time high, Goldman Sachs hitting a new all-time high, blowing earnings out of the water, surging past expectations. This is exactly what the sector needed. And what's amazing is that we're fresh off one of the strongest earnings seasons in recent years. The earnings season that we had in the second quarter for the first quarter was significantly above expectations. And so now, with earnings coming into swing once again, don't be surprised if this market actually gets cheaper. And this is exactly what I've been talking about on stocks like Nvidia, which is at its lowest valuation going back to 2019. Can you imagine that? The tech sector hasn't been this cheap since the Liberation Day lows of 2025. So for all the fundamental observers and analysts out there, this market is not expensive. It's not overvalued. Are there some areas of the market like semiconductors that might be a bit stretched? Sure. But I mean, you look at stocks like Micron, its valuations aren't that outrageous depending on how you measure it. So, I mean, even Korea, you have a situation where the Korean market has not been this cheap in history, which is crazy to think about given everything that's been going on. But there's been earnings growth behind this move, which makes it a lot different from what we saw in the dot-com. Still, we haven't seen any sort of price action outside of semiconductors that resembles the dot-com style moves. But this tells me this market has legs for more upside. The Mag 10, Mag 7, both looking strong. One of the biggest observations that I've been making is how on down days, when the indices are down, you've been seeing breadth improve. But when the market is up, there's not as much market breadth, which is rather interesting. And I think it really just speaks to the rotations going on, but definitely strong price action in financials. Tech is still leading on the day. Even biotech trying to catch a bid, still very much like that sector. I think it's still ripe with opportunities. So after that inflation report this morning that sent stocks surging, you did see bonds catch a nice bid, which is so very important. I've been tying this into a broader thesis that I've been developing that if you do see oil prices contained over the next few months, this could provide the backdrop for interest rates to come down, which would help, these credit card companies, we just looked at American Express and Visa, how those setups look so good. The banks, could they have a little bit more wiggle room to lend out money and make some more money? So I think that bonds you need to hold here. There's a possibility of that happening. You look at oil. Oil, this may be the lower high, guys. You did tag the upper Bollinger Band. You're in former support turn resistance. If oil turns back down lower, I know the geopolitical headlines are fired up again, but it doesn't seem as serious as it was just a couple months ago. So we'll see. The market tends not to discount the same thing more than once. So that is a principle that I like to abide by. And if that's the case, then oil could be headed back lower. And we're also seeing that old correlation that's been working well for the last couple of years come back into play. Dollar down on the cool inflation report. Oil is looking like it wants to hammer out a top. Euro is up, but off the highs of the day. That's what's going on there. Precious metals seeing a little bit of a bid. I'm not quite ready to give the all clear on precious metals. I would like to see a little bit more downside. Crypto seeing a bit of a bid here, but nothing that's really getting me excited yet. Ethereum made a new high, but not Bitcoin. So that's a bit of a cautionary signal. VIX is staying relatively contained. So all in all, guys, the churn may continue. But if tech continues to lead like it is now, if Nvidia starts to get moving, this is a stock that can move this market. Make no mistake. This is where the opportunity lies. I also pointed out how Nvidia has underperformed against the broader semiconductor space since August of last year. Well, now I'm looking for some sideways action in chips. This could lead to a rotation back into Nvidia, whereby this stock outperforms the rest of the sector, the rest of the market, filled with opportunity if you're willing to do the work and find it, which is exactly what we did in the Trade Desk live session today. We went through all 30 stocks in the Dow, found one setup that had an asymmetric risk reward. We took it, and I'll tell you what sector it's in. It's in software. In software, holding this former resistance turn support zone. This is a very good sign. This is what you want to see. So let's see if this thing can, gain some traction here and start firing up. And if it takes out this high from early June, that's the signal. It's bullish. So that's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you same time, same place next week.